All right, guys, we're back, and we're talking about the press conference today. You guys know Gervonta Tank Davis makes his return to the ring this Saturday in Las Vegas, Nevada, taking on Errol Spence Jr.'s protege, Frank the Ghost Martin. And you guys saw that video there. I just played the clip there, and Frank flinched. Yeah, he flinched, and you know, this is making people are talking about this a lot here in the YouTube boxing space. And let me say this: Tank was talking a lot of shit today. He was talking a load of shit today, trying his best, I would say, to get up under Frank's skin, playing that psychological game. And honestly, I really didn't think it was working. I think Frank, you know, he didn't get outside of his character. He didn't seem to be nervous. He seemed to take everything in stride up into the flinch. And I think a lot of people thought that, you know, when he flinched like that, Tank was in his head and that, you know, it's a wrap. It's pretty much a wrap. Tank's going to win the fight. And I didn't see it like that. I saw it more of a guy that, you know the old saying, defend yourself at all times. I saw it as a guy who was ready to defend himself and prepared for what Tank's, you know, bringing to the table. That's what I saw it as. But I know a lot of people are going to say that. They're going to say, because it was funny, the optics of it were funny, and people are going to see it that way, that like Frank shook. I don't think he shook in this fight. I think he's going to be well prepared. With Derrick James behind him, I think he's going to be well prepared for this fight. Now, will he win the fight? We're going to talk about that in another video. But yeah, I thought it was a good press conference. Now, the thing that, you know, surprised me the most at the press conference, it were a couple of things. Errol Spence Jr. being there with Derrick James. So I'm not quite sure what the relationship's like right now. They weren't sitting next to each other. I think Frank's dad was sitting in between them. But, you know, them being on the stage together, you know, as a united front, yeah, that's something I can get with. You know, I don't know if anything's going to come of that. Hopefully it does. Hopefully these guys can squash their beef. But I did like to see that. That really surprised me today. The second thing, the thing that surprised a lot of people today was Gervonta Tank Davis versus Errol the True Spence Jr. They got into a little, you know, shouting match across the table there. And I want to play this audio for you guys. You guys check this out real quick and I'll give my 2 cents on it. Let me play it for you.
I know all his sparring partners, nigga, and I talk to him. And you know it too, because you argue with one of his sparring partners on Instagram. Like a little girl. You said what? You argue with one of his sparring partners on Instagram. Like I follow him too. And that nigga is, I keep saying, my bad. He is ass. He is ass. I know all his sparring partners. What you gotta say about that?
All right, so that was Errol and Tank Davis getting into it at the press conference today. And I just, you know, I didn't see this happening. And the thing about Tank does his homework. I don't know if Tank has some type of, you know, mole in their camp, but he seems to know a lot about what's going on with his sparring partners. So I don't know if that's going to make a difference or not, but Tank's keeping an eye on Frank Martin. That leads me to believe that, you know, he knows Frank's a threat. And I think Frank's a threat. I think Frank is a hell of a fighter. And we're going to talk about that, like I said, in another video. But this one here, it kind of shocked me. And here's the thing. I've been hearing people say that, you know, people have been coming down on Errol Spence Jr. Because they're saying he's switching up on Tank, which I don't understand why people would think that way, because, you know, he has his promoter hat on. Frank the Ghost Martin is his fighter. Of course, he's going to pick his fighter before he rides with Tank. And I just don't understand that. But that argument kind of got my juices flowing, wondering what would a Errol Spence Jr. versus Gervonta Tank Davis fight look like. I think that's a fight that people would clamor to see. I never really thought about it, but after the altercation between the two, yeah, I could see something like that. That would be a hell of a matchup. Who do you guys think would win that fight? Let me know in the comment section who you guys think would win that fight. But anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about, guys. I don't know what's going on tomorrow. I got to look into it, but the fight is this weekend. I'm going to do who I think is going to win this fight video probably tomorrow. And you guys let me know what you thought about, you know, Frank flinching at the press conference. Do you think it really meant anything? Do you think Gervonta Tank Davis is in his head? What do you think about Errol and Tank getting into it? Is that a fight you would like to see? You guys let me know how you feel about this one in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.